Hello, friends. Welcome back to Blue Pig Reviews. And today we're gonna take a visit to Japan, and with two expressions from Suntory. And that expression is Toki, both Toki regular, and their newer product, Toki Dark, which seems to be something that people have been craving, at least for highballs, from what I understand. Toki means time, and Toki, it's time that more people started drinking more Japanese whiskey, I guess. But Toki comes in both expressions at 86 proof. It's a Japanese blended whiskey of both Chita grain whiskey from their Chita distillery and two malted whiskeys from Yamazaki and from Hakushu distilleries inside of Japan, owned by Suntory as well. The claim is that most of it is mostly the Hakushu and the Chita whiskeys, and it's accented by the Yamazaki whiskeys. And it's aged probably around 3 years, but it is non-age stated. And as again, both of these are a blend. So they're mostly for your cocktail, but they also may be good sipping. That's what we're going to find out right now on the review. So let's start first with the original Toki. And both of these are screw caps. So, there's no cork popping. And we'll pour that. And that looks nice and light. We'll put that aside. And then over here we have the Toki Dark. Or Toki Black. I'm sorry, Toki Black. And it's a shade darker. In appearance, it seems like it is. All right, we'll get that going. So on the nose, very sweet. It's almost like honeysuckle. A little bit of ginger. It smells like wood, like almost like a sandalwood or seasoned wood, which is probably mizanara. You get that with a lot of the mizanara aged Japanese whiskeys. Slight hint of that ginger is pretty strong in there. Give it a taste. That translates. It's sweet, honeysuckle sweet, and quickly moves to almost like a spicy, peppery finish, which is probably more oak than anything, but let's give it another run. Sweet, ginger, slight citrus in the middle, pepper, and that oak finish. The finish is mid-length, slight hug from the 86 proof, but nothing really dramatic. Subsequent sips, very good. Great starter. Definitely a great starter one. Not that bad. Let's go to dark. And dark is dark. Dark smells like peated scotch. You can smell peat and oak way from the glass. Peat and smoke. I said oak, smoke. Yeah. But everything else is kind of drowned by just peat and smoke. Let's give it a taste. Okay. So on the palate, immediately peat, little oak, same sweetness, a little pepper on the back end. You can't hit the citrus or fruit notes. Yeah, peat and smoke dominate this one, as opposed to this one, where this one is more fruity and more sweet. This is mildly sweet, much more peat, much more smoke. Let's do something with these bad boys. They're decent sippers. If you wanted to run and get your introduction to Japanese whiskey, I'm sure that both of these would be great. But let's mess around with them and make some cocktails out of them. So for the dark, I'm going to make a highball. So what we're going to do is get a glass filled with ice, highball glass. Take 2 ounces of the Toki. Pop that in there. And we're gonna grab some of this polar seltzer. Put about twice that amount in there, about 4 ounces. And grab our bar spoon. And bar spoon has 2 ends. You can either use the stick and give it a quick whirl, or you can use the spoon end, float it up and down as you go around, just to get that mixed up. And we're gonna garnish that quickly with a lime wheel. Get that going. Make sure you use fresh lime. Get that on there. All right. Let's see what we got here. Give that a taste. Now, if all that peat and smoke plays through. Now, I know a lot of bartenders are saying, oh, we shouldn't garnish as much anymore. Garnish is non-sustainable. Fresh cut lime needs to go in there. Give it a little whirl. Especially in a highball. And then that kind of changes up the game a bit. It eases out some of that smoke, but also brings that ginger and fruit note forward. Excellent highball. Definitely a winner on that side. Then over with the Toki, what we're going to do is make a Toki old fashioned. I'm going to make it in a glass. Got a glass of ice. We're going to need grapefruit bitters. Remember to get your bitters game up. We're going to put about, I'm going to put 4 of these in there. 4 dashes of the grapefruit bitters. Then we're going to add 3/4 ounce of honey syrup. And honey syrup normally is 1:1, 1 part honey to 1 part water. I go a little bit richer and get it closer to the half. But if you're doing shaken cocktails, that may play through a little bit. Go 1:1, but this one's a little richer than that. 3/4 ounce. Oh, put a little bit more. Sorry. 3/4 ounce. And to that, we're going to add 2 ounces of the Toki, regular Toki. Get that on the glass. Toki's. 2 ounces of the Toki. And put that aside. Busy table. And we're going to give that a stir. Get that stirred good. Incorporate that good until it chills. Yeah, I don't have clear ice. I make ice just like everyone else right out of the machine. Right out of the fridge. Gotta stir it until it feels chilled. And then you're going to want to garnish this with a grapefruit peel. And I've already kind of cut my swath. I'm just going to thin it down a little bit. Give it a slice on both sides. Make it presentable. And give that a little twist over it. And then I'm going to just drop that bad boy right in there. The Toki Old Fashioned. Excellent. Honey, grapefruit. And then you have the undernotes from the Toki of the floral and the almost mizanara taste. Excellent cocktail. That being said, Toki in both expressions. Original Toki, Toki Black, the dark Toki, are both 100% Blue Pig approved. Go out, take your Toki, your time, and try them. Remember, if it tastes good, then you're drinking good, and it's all good from Blue Pig Reviews. And yeah, I'm taking both of these with me.